When human remains were found at a Lake George, New York construction site in February of 2019, it began a long process of recovery and scientific analysis that ultimately determined the remains were those of people who had perished at the Continental Army's smallpox hospital at nearby Fort George in 1776. Over a 7-year period, a team of government, historical society, and business representatives led by the town of Lake George undertook a collaborative process to determine the most appropriate location for a final resting place for these early American patriots. It culminated in their reinterment at Lake George Battlefield Park, literally adjacent to the grounds of the 18th century smallpox hospital where they drew their final breaths. The community and the entire state of New York came together to honor the sacrifices of these unknown individuals on the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding and of their passing.
These folks will be placed in the columbarium today. 3 of them have a Grand Union flag on them, which was the flag in 1776. The 4th casket you notice has a blue flag on it. That is the only person that we found buried in a uniform, and he was a 1st Pennsylvania Battalion soldier. So forever this gentleman will be wrapped under his battalion flag. We are very honored to be able to do that today.
To the front, march! In early February 2019, the remains of 44 patriots were discovered, quietly resting beneath the ground in a nation that had long since moved on without them. As we prepare to celebrate 250 years of this American adventure, we gather here today to lay them to rest with the dignity they were never given. Today is a culmination of 7 years of work, carried forward by local citizens, greatly supported by county and state partners, and guided by a shared sense of responsibility. We know very little about these patriots. We do not know where they came from. We do not know the families they left behind. But we know they were here at the beginning, and we know they were part of a struggle that would lead to our nation. And we know they were never properly laid to rest. So we gather here today to finish that task, not out of obligation and not for recognition, but because there are certain things a people owe to those who came before them, and that the values that these patriots stood for are not just part of history, but are alive today in the actions we take. It is a good and decent people, a strong and thoughtful nation that takes the time to honor those who walk this path before us. And I'm proud to serve a community where that commitment endures. And I'm grateful to be amongst so many that understand that honoring our past is part of building our future.
It's an honor to recognize and commemorate those who paid the ultimate sacrifice 250 years ago. The Repose of the Fallen Memorial ensures that the 44 patriots who lost their lives in 1776 will not be forgotten. Their memory will live on. Their story will be told. I want to commend all of those involved in making this memorial reality.
In the Army, we are taught the core value of duty, in which we seek to fulfill all the obligations that we freely take by oath. Obligations to our country, to our units, to our fellow soldiers who stand to our left and to our right. I say this because it was the duty 250 years ago to take up arms for the birth of this great nation. And it is our duty today to bear witness, to lay these American heroes to rest here on the 22nd of May, 2026.
This site is the first of its kind in New York State, and one that will both continue the legacy of historic preservation in Lake George and leave a lasting impression on those who will walk this land many years after us. We gathered here today to honor these patriots for their sacrifices, to finally lay them to rest in the proper way, and to bless the ground on which they will permanently repose, allowing the souls of these faithful departed to rest in peace.